Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Morgan. Okay, it's been like a long time since I've made a video, like so long I don't want to check. If I had to guess, it's probably been like 2 months. I'm going to go ahead and apologize to myself because it's my own fault. If you guys are like booktubers or have like tried to make it an account, you understand that it's hard to create content unless you read, and I have been in a huge reading slump, so I haven't been able to do a lot of that. But now I have recently I have recently read 2 books, so that not only makes me very happy, and I not only had a pretty good experience reading those books, but now I have content. So yay. Okay, so today I am just going to be talking about one of the books that I read recently, which is Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. Now, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times I will get informed about the existence of a book whenever I hear about or see an upcoming movie or TV adaptation of the book. And so that is what happened with Black Cake. I'd never heard of it or seen of it until I saw like a snippet of the Hulu trailer thing. And I do enjoy reading a good literary fiction adult book. Like, I do enjoy those. So I wanted to pick it up, and it wasn't too long. So it's 379 pages. It wasn't too long. So it was kind of like right up my alley. And this is also a debut novel, so that's pretty cool. I'm always pretty interested about debut novels because I feel like on the bucket list of my life, I would totally dabble in attempting to write a book. And it's kind of cool reading some people's first books, and it's like, dang, you're really good at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty good. So Black Cake. I read this, I want to say it took me 2 weeks. 2.5. It took me 2.5 weeks. I read it on my handy dandy Kindle. I haven't purchased a book, I mean, in like 6 months. And it's actually kind of annoying because I don't have a job right now, so I don't have money. But like, I keep wanting to make the content of like going to the bookstore and bookstore haul, but like I don't have money, and I don't really like, I get very anxious about the idea of buying books and then not enjoying them. Like, that really makes me very like anxious, so I don't like doing it. If anything, I would rather read like 30% of a book and know that this is going great, and just like know that I love this, so now I'm gonna go buy it and like finish it physically and then own it forever. That's kind of where my brain has kind of gone recently in my life. So that's kind of my cup of tea. But anyways, Black Cake, I gave it a 3.5 stars. I did write a Goodreads review, so if you want to check that out, go follow me on Goodreads. And in my review, I pretty much said that it really helped me get out of my reading slump because I had been in one for 2 months. And I was very intrigued about the whole idea and like message of this book. Let me see if I can go on the synopsis. So this is a debut novel about 2 estranged siblings who have to set aside their differences to deal with their mother's death and her hidden past. And so this book kind of takes place, we have 2 estranged siblings that are coming together. Their mother just passed away, and in her will she has like this audio file that she wants them to listen to. And in this audio file, she tells them the story of her life, the journey of her life, and all of the secrets that she has kept and all the things that she has gone through that they don't know about. And she's kind of telling them through this like chronological story. It says, a journey of discovery that takes them from the Caribbean to London to California and ends with her famous Black Cake. I have to say, I have never read a book with Caribbean ties or a Caribbean setting or Caribbean characters. So it was really interesting to kind of get like a little bit into the culture and a little bit into the world of someone who grew up there. And not only that, but I am actually very, I have decided that I am going to try to make a black cake. So I did have to look up like what is the black cake, and it's honestly kind of weird. And I'm not actually sure, I'm not actually confident I'll even like it, but I still want to make it. So it's like a cake with a lot of, you take like dried fruits, so like raisins and like different kinds of dried fruit raisin thingies, and then you put them in a jar and you soak them in rum, and you can like have this soaking for like weeks or months or years, whatever you want to do. And you take that, and that's like probably the main ingredient of the black cake, and you know, put your regular cake ingredients in there, add the fruits, blend them up, and then you can like take sugar and water and make your like almost like a caramel situation, but you're cooking it until it's black, and then that gives it its color. I mean, look, I'm not as I'm just saying things that I've read, and then, you know, doing that, all that, make it, and it's black cake, also called rum cake, also called Christmas cake and wedding cake. So it is almost Christmas time. We're literally near Thanksgiving. I really want to make this, and I plan on making this for Thanksgiving. I think I'm gonna go home and buy all the fruits and then buy the rum and soak it maybe for like a week and then make it. That's like my plan in my head. But now we're getting off topic. Okay, sorry, I'm a baker. So at the end of the day, I gave this book a 3.5 stars. I did enjoy this book. Like I said, it helped kick me out of a reading slump. So anything that can help with that, I'm going to be grateful to it. I feel like when it comes to literary fiction, one of my favorite things about those kind of books is just like the realism of them and how relatable some stories can be for some people. And I find that they can usually be the most hard-hitting kind of books because they're set in such a, you know, real world, real problems that you might have already gone through or know someone who's gone through, or can at least, you know, easily conceptualize someone else's trauma, if that makes sense. God damn. And so, yeah, one of one of the ways I like to gauge how good a book is if you can make me cry. This book did not make me cry. I don't know, I feel like if you can make me cry, then you've done your fucking job. Like, let me clap it up for you. You know, if I go to bed thinking about you, you've done a good job. I can't say I felt that way with this book, but I also can't say that I didn't care about it, because I did care. So that's where I came up with the 3.5. Like I said, I read this on my Kindle, so I do have some highlights that I want to bring up and kind of talk about. So 18% in, this is the first quote that I highlighted. This was the worst trick that nature could play on you, really. To make you a father, to fill your chest with that kind of fear for a child. I really like this because it was such a quick little, it was such a good quote. I was kind of thrown in there, relating back to the mom's father and just like him becoming a dad, and, you know, just this quote. Like, I think that's such an interesting way to think about it. And so I really liked it, and I had to highlight it. So the next quote I have is, "This was never our intention. We loved you both so much and held you both in such high regard that it never occurred to us that you might truly doubt it." This really, I'm so sorry if you can hear that. People upstairs are fucking insane. That's all I can say about that. But I really liked that quote because it it kind of reminds you that just because you feel some type of way about a person, and just because you try your best to like instill that love on someone, doesn't mean there aren't going to be bumps in the road. Doesn't mean they might not feel it, you know. In this quote, the mom is kind of talking to her daughter, and she was like, I raised, you know, both of you guys. I put you guys in both such high regard, and we loved you and we cared for you. And it never occurred to me that you might not see that. It never occurred to me that you might not believe that. And so that was such a beautiful, it was just beautiful. The last quote I have is, the three of them sit there silently for a moment, thinking of small but profound inheritances, of how untold stories shape people's lives, both when they are withheld and when they are revealed. That was really, really interesting too, because this was like at the end of the book, kind of finally hearing her story and seeing how much it has like impacted her kids to not know about her past, and to now have that information and have that kind of foundational understanding of their parents, I think is very, very interesting. And it truly does like shape people's lives and impact others. And knowing about your family or your parents' background and how they started and their own personal feelings can truly, it's truly like an inheritance. It truly is like a generational, I don't know, pass of the baton of like, here, this is what I went through. This was my life. I want you to hear it. I want you to know it. I want you to understand it so you can learn from me or just learn more about me. I think that is very profound and important. So those are my quotes. Like I said, I gave it a 3.5. Really, really enjoyed the book. It's actually very pretty. Like the original cover is very like interesting to look at, and even like the TV adaptation cover is cool too. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the TV adaptation just because it's kind of interesting. I feel like every book I've ever read that ended up being turned into a TV show, I've never really finished those. Like, if I read the book and I enjoyed it enough to like be interested in the show, I might watch the first episode and I might be like, okay, this is a pretty good rendition, or this is pretty good. But like, I don't know if I'm gonna sit there, because I've already spent like 11 hours of my life reading this book. I don't know if I'm gonna spend, 10 more hours watching this miniseries. I don't know if I have that much time to re-watch and rehear a story, but I feel like I have a different take on it when it's a movie, because when it's a movie, it's shutting down for one time. You're doing this 2-hour thing, and then the story is over, and you can go about your life and keep on moving, keep it pushing. So I feel like I am way more likely to watch a movie of an adaptation versus a TV show. But I will say that sometimes certain books need to be shows because they need to be stretched out and really, had time to kind of fully develop. So, yeah. So that was Black Cake. Like I said, I want to make it. If I do, I will, I don't know, put some pictures in, maybe like the next video I make. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Comment, subscribe. I love reading comments, because that's like why I created this channel, is to, find people who read and enjoy books as I do, because in the real world, I have attempted to convert my family and my friends. It doesn't work out. It's like a forceful thing. I don't want it to be forceful. I want it to be natural. And if it's not, then I'll stop. So that's why I am here. But anyways, thank you guys.